I have an oil leak. Yes, we have an oil leak. I thought it was the oil pan because it had the wrong bolts in it. That was leaking, but it was not the oil leak. This is the oil leak. This is the rear main seal on the back of the crankshaft inside the transmission. We need to replace it. What kind of job is that? Let me tell you. First of all, you pull out the seats. Then you pull out the carpeting. Then you pull out the transmission. Then you get in there and you take off everything on the back of the engine to get to the seal. Let's examine the tools we're going to need for this job. First, you're going to need a really big hammer, a pair of channel lock pliers, and a pry bar. Okay, well, you're not really going to need these to pull the transmission out, but if you're going to work on a British car, you better have these handy. After we take out the transmission, we remove the clutch pressure plate, the clutch disc, the flywheel. I took off the throwout bearing. You take the steel plate off the back of the engine, then you take off the seal cover, and lo and behold, you discover the seal. The seal sits in the seal cover like this, and when you look at the back of the engine, this is what you're going to see. As we look at the back of the engine, the seal will sit like this on the back of the crankshaft, and in an ideal world, that keeps the oil inside the engine as opposed to on your garage floor. Now, before I get into the details of this extraordinarily difficult operation, I want to tell you something. These cars are made to be driven. This seal failed because this car sat for a very long time, okay? You have a car like this, get it out on the road and drive it. Is it raining? That's okay. They come with wipers. They'll drive in the rain just fine, just like they did when you were in high school or college. Drive them. They'll last a lot longer, and you won't be doing stuff like this. So as we look at all the guts of the transmission laid out on the table here, let me go over a couple things. While I have this out of the car, my gear shifting was very difficult. This was full of old grease that was absolutely sticky, and I was having a real hard time shifting the transmission and getting the lever to go up and down to get it in and out of reverse. To look at this from another angle, by pushing this lever down, if I can, like that. Down here, you're moving that little finger away from that flange, like that. You move it up and into reverse. So I took this top part off and cleaned it all and re-lubricated. It works beautifully now. While we have the transmission out of the car, let's replace some parts. We're going to put a new seal in the back of the transmission. The front of the transmission does not have a seal. We're going to put in a new clutch. We're going to put in a new throwout bearing. We're going to put in new pins that hold the throwout bearing in the transmission bell housing. We're going to put in new transmission mounts. I think these have seen better days. And of course, we're going to put in the new seal and a new gasket on the seal cover. You might find this interesting. This is the lube that I drained out of the transmission. You can see, maybe you can see, the little pieces of metal that were in the lube. Why are you seeing this? Because I'm holding this magnet under the tub. This is the transmission tunnel, also known as the doghouse, okay? Here's your shifter boot, goes right there. And as you can see, this doghouse has seen better days. I think if Snoopy was flying this, the Red Baron would have won. Let me show you a little patch one of the previous caretakers has devised. Here's a little piece of wood. It's glued in, And then, of course, the famous Gorilla Tape on the back, holding it all together. So when I examine this a little closer, I can see that it's seen better days. It's 60 years old, 55 years old. And I'm just going to spend my kids' inheritance and get a new one. Again, why would you put this old piece of crap back in your little teeny tiny favorite car? Hold on, here comes the best part. This is the input shaft to our transmission. Right here is where the input shaft rides in the pilot bearing or pilot bushing, which is inserted in the back of the crankshaft. This is the back of the crankshaft. This is where the pilot bushing or pilot bearing goes. Guess what? I didn't take one out. There was never one in there. If there was no pilot bushing riding on the front of this input shaft was flopping around, not turning true, which means the slinger wasn't slinging out all the grease. So as this would wobble, grease would be flying out of here and be filling up the bell housing. Another leak. Let's get the seal out of the back of the transmission. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this because I'm gonna use this bolt, this big hammer, and this breaker bar. Let's see if we can do this. Put the bolt in there. I'll take my socket and put it on there. Put the breaker bar like that. Hold everything down. Let's see what happens. Well, it started out as a good idea. When in doubt, get a bigger hammer or a bigger breaker bar. And there you have it. Ta-da! I used my breaker bar and my hammer. So now we got the nut off. We got to get the flange off the output shaft. I'm going to use this little teeny tiny wheel puller because it's such a teeny tiny transmission, and put that in there. I'll try to put a nut on the back end. Okay, got some pressure on it. All right, so I'm just going to tap it. Turn it a little bit more. And there it is. There is the flange. Now to get the seal out, I used the same wheel puller, okay, with these little hooky things. And let's see if we can pull it out with this. I've never done this before. We'll see what happens. Well, I don't see the seal moving until now. Here it comes. It's gonna pop. There it is. There's the seal. We're gonna put a new one of these in. And these are the little hooky thingy bobs that were with the wheel puller. Okay, put in a new seal. We took the flange off the output shaft and we took the seal out behind it. The seal goes on the flange like this. And again, its purpose is to keep the grease where it belongs, inside the gearbox, not on the garage floor. As I inspected this seal, I wanted to share that this seal is really hard. It's as hard as a landlord's heart. I mean, it's like a rock. It wasn't leaking when I took the transmission out, but it was just a matter of time and probably not very long. We're going to put a new one in. Well, changing a $4 oil seal turned out to be a little more involved. As you can see, the new parts are here. Let's take a look at what we got. Here's a brand new rear oil seal next to the original. We also purchased a new gasket for the seal cover. Here's the new pin that holds the clutch throwout arm. As you can see, the old one is badly worn. This is the part where I show you a picture of the original pilot bushing, but it was missing. So we bought a brand new one to take its place. A shiny new clutch disc along with a clutch alignment tool. Here's the old push rod. Here's the old pin. You see, when you put them together, boy, there's a lot of slop in there. Here's the nice shiny new push rod. Here's a nice shiny new pin. When we put these together, boy, they fit tight as a drum. I don't think I'm going to hear much argument for replacing the rear transmission mounts. Here's the new gasket set for the transmission. Remember this piece of junk transmission tunnel? Ooh, brand new one. And let's not forget the new seal on the output shaft. That goes on the back of the transmission. Now that we've introduced all the players, time to get the show on the road. We're going to start by working inside the car, installing the pilot bushing. Then we're going to put the seal in the seal cover, put the gasket on the seal cover, put the steel plate on the back of the engine. I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing each step to this assembly process, but I think that this is kind of important. So here's the new seal. What I did is I put a little bit of oil on the outside of the seal just to get it kind of slippery, okay? I'm going to put the seal in the plate like this. Using the old seal, I'm going to lay that on top. Well, first of all, I'm going to try to push this in as far as I can to get it straight, okay? Then I'm going to take the old seal, put it on top of the new seal, put a piece of wood on there. It's my favorite piece of wood, and gently tap it in. When that's in all the way like that, I'm going to take another little bit of oil. Maybe. Here it comes. Okay, I'll take another little bit of oil and just run it around the inside of the seal so it'll fit over the back of the crankshaft smoothly. There you go. When I was putting this together, I noticed something pretty interesting. The end here of this flange that houses the oil pan bolt is broken. It popped off, it broke off because the bolts that they were using somewhere down the line were too long. So when I put this bolt back in, I'll have to be very careful not to strip it because it's missing quite a few threads in there. There's the pilot bushing, the seal, and the metal plate are installed. Now we're going to install the flywheel, the clutch plate, and the pressure plate. And we get to use our new clutch alignment tool. We have the flywheel installed. We have the 4 bolts torqued to 45 pounds. Now using our clutch alignment tool through the clutch plate into the pilot bushing, that holds the clutch in place. Then we take our pressure plate, put it on the dowels like that. And if I can find the bolts that were here someplace, we put the bolts in. Okay. We have the bell housing on the gearbox. Now we'll just assemble the tail shaft. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. You know, before we put the final bits on the front of the transmission here, I just wanted to mention something. You notice this lovely red cloth that I work on? Those are the drapes my ex-wife had to have in the living room. We installed the throwout bearing and the throwout bearing control arm. This is a shot of the stuff that we replaced. Now, all I have to do is put that in there. Look, the transmission is in the car. I did this by myself. It only took me about an hour. What I did is I got the transmission between the frame, and then I got 4 long bolts and put them in the corners. One here, one here, one here, and one here. I then lined up the transmission using those 4 bolts as a guide, pushed on it, wiggled it, and when that transmission made that distinctive click of hitting the steel plate on the back of the engine, it was like the rain stopped, the clouds parted, and butterflies and unicorns danced on rainbows. Now, I'm going to put the brand new tunnel over the transmission and install the carpet. The transmission is in, the carpeting is in, the seats are in. I think this project is almost done. Installing the bracket from the floor to the bottom of the dashboard, the one that covers the transmission tunnel and houses the radio, was a tremendous pain in the butt. As a matter of fact, to get this to fit right took me longer than to get the transmission fitted to the engine. Another side note, this is a little Bluetooth radio that was in the car when I bought it. It's just sitting there, it's not hooked up, because I have the original Triumph AM push-button radio that I believe came with the car, because it was in a box of parts that came with the car. I think it'll look good when I put it back in its original home. All that's left now is the test drive. Let's see if we're leaking.
Looks good to me.
I'm too tired to get up off the floor. Thanks for watching. See you next time.